Disco situation that you just talked about. I'm even shocked that they picked Mirage. I think Big probably would have floated it for a third map. Obviously, that risk of nuke, Big have lent into playing it, but it's not a bad map for Entropiq. They destroyed Astralis on it, for crying out loud. So I really don't like the veto for Entropiq. We'll have to see if they come prepared today. And, you know, they knew this was going to go through. I mean, they knew their ban, so I guess at that point you can extrapolate what Big would have gone for. But even so, kind of a crazy, risky call. But luckily, you got a good amount of star power on Entropiq to suffice. They call back, getting run down. They go up Catanelli and hunts them. Oh, that's it with the nades. If he gets this kill, that's huge. Hello, Tabson. Your teammate's dying, my friend. Just trying to get the short smoke in. It won't be down easily. It's going to cost you your life. Elian on the big flank, not waiting around. Titian tucked in at Gandalf, and he needs to pull some wizardry out of his hat, but it's not going to happen. Entropiq pound that wizard sleeve and find their pistol round. Yeah, you know, let's see what happens here today, Harry. But I think Big, who in my head weren't even favorites, have flipped the script quite heavily with this veto.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm on an incline, and I'm agreeing with you.
You're going up.
Oh, Searson Scout. You all know that this Scout in his hands, it's not like a Scout in a regular person's hands. I meant that as a compliment.
Yeah. His hands are better than yours.
He's called Diamond Hands, you know?
Yeah.
That's what they say about this guy.
He'll hold that Scout till the end of time. We mind the gap in London, but Searson doesn't mind the dip. He just buys back again. Lackey drops Tizian. The German Deegs foretold to do the dirty. And in fact, with Lackey smoked off, he's going to trade it with his own utility, trying to keep that mid-control so he can help Forrester out at B. Forrester's on the box with a MP9. But do Big want to bite? Kito's got a re-smoke in middle. Oh, this could get creepy. This could get cheeky. Searson's trying to scout, but he's not going to get a peeky. No one's giving him anything. Even so, the scope is good enough bait, and you can see Lackey drawn out of middle now. Entropiq, do they fall for this one? Searson mollied out. That's, if anything, good for Big at this point, because they're still trying to take Cat late. There's the spot. Nickelback gets behind cover in time. If he peeks out, he might die. Cross for Crad, and he's angry, all right. Kito nails him to a post. 4-on-3, this one's getting uncomfortable. Forrester's already activated the B flank, killing Searson down lower, but there's all of A falling apart. It's suddenly only Lackey stuck in spawn, and the German Deegs will rise again.
It's a beautiful sight, man. And that's given me a little more faith in Big, right? The pistol had some ugly moments to it, but pistol rounds are exactly that. They are just little ugly rounds that get thrown in. When the Deegs pull up, and they're able to get you around. That was something that, you know, Big really struggled to do up against Gambit, but it's something they've been able to do versus every other team at the event. So restoring a little bit of faith that we've got a really chimed in, or I guess like turned on Big showing up today.
Oh, the spam.
Searson's dead, and now that's a Scout, but Nickelback gonna struggle to get out of this one alive. He actually drops the smoke and will be allowed to leave. Now, his teammates have fallen in the A site, but already rotations have been called for, and Entropiq have got everybody here. Scout's gone. Kito hasn't fully cleared the site. He's under the illusion that maybe he has. Lackey, now he's seen him, and oh dear. Oh, luckily enough, Favant restores some normality. Well, what I was meant to say.
Yes. Yes. Crad, he tries to play the body block on the smoke. Harry gets turned into an icicle, stuck in the seat.
An icicle.
Yeah. Can't move, essentially, is what I'm saying. Big just swing him out long. And nice entries off the rifles. Big, they make the most of their deco opportunity.
I would have gone with Stalagmite.
All right.
Because icicles, they hang from, you know.
Would you Stalagmite shutting up and letting me cast this eco?
Look, man, I keep it stalactite, you know what I mean, right?
Oh, Stalag, all right. Cast this round.
It's just USPs, so not much should happen. Big should be good for the 3-1. Of course, the winner of this series. They're going to the grand final for a chance to go blow for blow with Gambit. But Gambit have looked like they're on a different level right now, so you're going to have to see both these teams looking lights out if they want to stand a chance of beating them.
He tries to go through the molly. Utility is not his friend right now. It's really churning him up. And Big are chowing down on this A site. 3-1. Locked in. Entropiq saving. Not much. In fact, nothing at all.
See, you know, Big, if you remember, last Funspark Ulti finals, they made it all the way to the GFs alongside Extra Salt at the time.
Yes.
It was one of their big debuts out in Europe. Coming second, looked like the squad had a great future ahead of them. And I guess in a way they did.
Yeah.
Some of them finding their way onto this complexity squad, admittedly, you know, were one of the first teams to get eliminated at this event.
Ah, yeah.
But there were some extenuating circumstances, wasn't there, Hugo?
Yeah.
JT, for example, the 200 ping king of NA/SA.
It's actually ZA.
It is ZA,
Yeah.
I realize that.
Yeah.
SA would be South America. But
Shout out South Africa one time.
can't believe they had to, you know, just take the L and go for the ZA.
I know, right?
South
Africa. But, you know, South America's pretty big, so you can get it.
true.
Oh, talk of big. Well, they're going to get smoked off at top mid. We call that the Saranthus. The stunning smoke coming down for Lackey, but no one moving with it. Big are going to have to be patient. And I like this slowdown in the upper tunnels, just in case Entropiq have taken this mid space. Citizens see nothing from the car. And Entropiq, although they've scared Big, they've done nothing with it. That's still conditioning. It's a long-term plan. Later, I'm sure we'll see an aggressive CT round out of Entropiq with that smoke, but for now, they hold off. First home round of large importance. And even bigger importance to Big, who can rip-roar their way into a 5-1 lead off the back of this one round. And with no AWP on the A site, Elian's pretty alone. His teammates stuck anchoring along. Crad can't really rotate, knowing the Big like to put Faven in this lurk spot out long on these A hits. Tizian's ensuring the Big can double back to B if they want. I mean, Entropiq aren't falling for this right now. It might even end B if Keto drops spawn. Tizian's pretty far out right now. Lackey coming in, but he might get backstabbed. He catches nades out. He sees them trying to go back, and now you may as well commit to Cat. Will they, though? Faven's dropped off, and Nickelback here's the rotating middle. This is really awkward for Entropiq, or for Big rather, but Entropiq, yeah, they need to put Forrester back in the bomb site. He's getting here just in time. 20 seconds, a couple of kills, well placed, could win the round, and there's the first. He doubles down, bomb loose, and Forrester on his own has done everything he needs to do. Searson holds for the repeat, but he needs the save. 10 seconds, and that's Entropiq on the board. Lovely, aggressive move for Lackey to figure all of that one out, and then Nickelback confirms the suspicions with that info behind the doors. Entropiq, if that was just a flat-out AXEC with Faven coming out long, Big would have won that round. But they weren't to know. And already Lackey, he was the hero yesterday. He is the reason that Entropiq are still in the tournament, dropping over 40 kills on Enchant. Up against Ecstatic yesterday, it was a 14-3 comeback if you missed it. And Lackey was at the helm of that. So nice proactive play, and Big coming in with guns. Keto, yep, buying up late, we'll get it. And 4 long at the start, Entropiq. Gonna clear that out. Don't do it, Crad, don't you dare.
Oh, man. I'm getting nervous, but Crad will decide that he doesn't want to go through that long smoke. Well, does he know that decision might have just kept him alive that much longer? Little boost for Nickelback. Oh, but Tabson, that's filthy. You know, sometimes you'll see one of the guys get sniped out on the boost. Tabson just dealt with both of them through that smoke as well. He never even saw what was happening. That was just innate reactions. Now, setting up for the B play, I mean, you just got 2 picks in middle. You know there's probably not going to be too much resistance here. Forrester dead right away to Faven. And just like that, the round will sail by Entropiq. tabseN, very lovely stuff. You know, I'm going to put a lot of onus on this game. I think it's going to be a good look in. You know, I think if, for example, let's run down the road for Big to begin with. You know, I think if they wanted to stand a chance up against Gambit later on, there's a couple of players we need to see a lot from now to get us really believing. For me, one of those is going to be tabseN, right? Oftentimes, even though he's the man at the helm of the squad, oftentimes will finish up top of the board as well, right? Not uncommon to see. He's a real force to be reckoned with. We saw him completely silenced in that last Gambit matchup, right? He struggled to get anything going, and it was a rough time for them. Next up on my list would be CASA. I think he's shown time and time again to be a very integral player to the overall Big system. There's a reason they always put this AWP in his hands, even though he's a fully capable rifle player. And it's because his opening ability with the AWP is normally great. He normally finds a lot of impact off the AWP. Once again, in that Gambit series, was not the case. Kind of went quiet. Finally, Keto as the next guy to keep an eye on. He's had a phenomenal tournament right up until, surprise, surprise, that Gambit series where...
Shocker, there's a link here, Harry. There's something, there's one consistency. Whereas, for me, coming into, like, today, I would say that, we'd expect Entropiq would probably be a better matchup for Gambit. We saw that in the second round, right? It's how Entropiq had to grind through the lower bracket. They got 2-1, but they at least got Mirage off of Gambit, which is easier said than done, given, Gambit on that map. But at the same time, Big, maybe, after losing yesterday, I think they'll certainly switch up the veto. I think they'd rather just risk Vertigo against Gambit than play Ancient again in the way they did. I mean, they even banned it out today. So, yeah, it's whether we'll get there, we'll have to see. It's a bit.
Who would be your Entropiq gamers, Hugo? Who do you want to see big performances from?
Well, Forrester and Elliot, they're the CASA and tabseN, and minus not being an in-game leader, but the big fraggers for Entropiq.
No, I like that. I like that.
Their go-tos. They've been pretty safe all tournament. But, it's Entropiq. I feel like every day you get a new guy at the top. Nickelback has actually been a real tank in the early stages of this tournament in terms of in-game leading and leading in the frag department, being that entry guy when Entropiq need him most. We'll hold this thought. Big are doing a mid to B. They're popping out. The good little flash through CT spawn, and it gets a bit scary, but Nickelback will convert the kill. Forrester leans back to the B-bomb site and has to dodge more utility. Can his in-game leader bait them in? He'll do more than that. Lots of damage, but no kill. Now they have time to clear this car, but tucked in behind is Forrester. Double frag, and now Entropiq with a chance. There's no smoke for the door, but there is an AWP to lock it out. Lackey hit on the cross. Can't go through the Molotov. Maybe he would on full health. Double face could be nice, and they catch this and swapping off. No room to breathe here for Faven. He gets hounded down, and that's Entropiq with the round. Nice stuff. They get on the board. Harry, I wonder what you make of this as an ex-professional player.
Okay.
Coming into a day like this where you have to play a BO3 consolidation final and then the winner goes to the grand final. For Gambit, they're coming in, you could argue, cold. Now, I don't think Gambit ever looked cold, especially not yesterday. They looked insane from the offset. They 16-5'd or something on Ancient. So, I wonder what do you think? Is that going to hold back the team, or do you think it's going to pump them up, having been warmed into a BO3 already?
It can be a blessing and a curse. I think a lot of it depends on how this BO3 ends, right? If it ends up being like a 2-mapper for whoever takes it, right? And you just kind of, you're all feeling good, you're pumped up, that can be brilliant, right? You've had like your warm-up, you've had your breakfast, and now you're ready for the day. But, if it ends up being a pretty long, drawn-out affair, that can sometimes just exhaust you a little bit.
Yeah, well, there will at least be a 1-hour break in between the series to keep in mind, of course, that BO3 final now. Oh, the nades could be good. Keto somehow doesn't take that much damage, despite both of them hitting tags. Hinge smoke. And Big will squeeze up Catwalk. But will Lackey find that mid-aggression? And if he does, is anyone going to stop him? No one did last time, not until Tizian came late from lower. Lackey, his timing is now. Does he want to go? Big Art, not in a hurry. It's DUST T side after all. We are going to see these slowdowns in the mid-round. Wait for Entropiq to shuffle back and forth. He's not wanting to play B, man. He keeps leaning out of the site. It's, you know, not been a worry yet. He's still double killed every time, but now it's the right time to move out. He gets a kill onto tabseN, dropping into CT spawn. So this was going to be a B play for Big. CSN might just die to the pre-fire. Lackey get hit down to 1 health, and now Forrester's entrenched in the bomb site. It's getting a bit awkward for Entropiq, and look at the rotate. They've made the read. Big want to go. They were going into the stack, and so little do they know this save is the best call. Well, they're making it, so they do know.
Yeah.
They didn't know there were 5 on B, Harry. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I tell you what, it's actually a huge deal that you've successfully repelled one of these big, you know, cat fakes into the CT drop. This is something that we see them do a fair bit on Dust, and oftentimes the results are brilliant, right? If you get tabseN down into CT in the fashion he was attempting there, it suddenly opens up just so much of the map to you. He can cut off rotations. He can deal with this CT player that's responsible for watching mid. You know, it really would have opened the entire map up. I think it's clear that Entropiq are more than researched here, right? Because they seemed so ready for that, and they seemed so aware on the back of seeing tabseN drop that it was that aforementioned B play. Now, Faven, that's gnarly, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, no, one tag, but now they've heard it.
What?
Oh, crad.
He didn't hear him. How did he not hear him?
I mean, you know, you comment, and I think really you're expecting a smoke to go on the molly there
so
if someone's
long,
in that corner, right? You're saying to yourself, like, yeah, he must have gotten tagged coming around the door smoke. You know, there's no way he hid over at blue, but he did the entire damn time.
What a call.
This re-aggression's nice, at least. You get the info that no one's out at long, even though there was this early presence there. And so Entropiq have a bit more of an idea what's going on here. Lackey's even pushed through his own long smoke. And on the back of hearing that smoke go in, Keto has just taken his eyes off of long. Lackey has now hit a monumental timing. You're starting to piece together what you think is happening in this round, and Lackey gonna be here to cause some problems in the back line. That kill's gonna force the acceleration of this A play. And Entropiq don't have anyone here. They got concerned that it was one of these mid-to-Bs again.
Even with Lackey's info, yeah, they thought it was running down into tunnels, perhaps. But Faven running backwards to long gave the info to Entropiq. However, it's too late. They're out of position. Lackey doubles back and regroups with the AWP, but CSN's got his own and brings it to the party. Elian will snipe him out. tabseN gets put down low. He's only got a pistol here, but a man down for Entropiq, and they don't like their odds. Out they will leave. And that is an awkward round. It felt like, you know, Lackey did everything he had to, and still Entropiq. You know, it's one player leaning back to B would have been fine, but they completely abandoned the A site off of, you know, just a few seconds of bad timing. Dear, oh dear. 5 up for Big. Good round out of them, but Entropiq definitely dropped the ball, and Elian might drop his AWP. tabseN, what a hunt. Finds him in the final second of the round, and there is no AWP to be found for Entropiq. Big even timeout. You can sit in that one. Ouchie. Ouchie indeed. Good T-side for Big. They didn't really try out much of these B plays in the Gambit game yesterday, and maybe for good reason. Inters was locking in B round after B round last night, whenever Big did, you know, go on low econ rounds. And so we've already seen Big, you know, tend towards mid to Bs and the likes, but right now with no AWP and Big have that information, they just took it out of the round. You know, these cat splits, this long lurk late from Faven, these are good calls out of tabseN. These are the right ideas. Entropiq keep making misreads. Well, not keep, it's just one. I won't extrapolate it. Actually had some good info from Lackey for the most part. Continuing to do this mid boost. This is why CSN doesn't always take the shot, right? You can see there is a sniper there. Oh, Lackey. Oh, Elian rather. Oh, did he hit 2 there?
I swear he did, like...
Through the box.
That is correct. Dude, CSN, he knows he's lucky to be alive.
Very.
It's not every day you tank 2 scout shots and still get out laughing, but he's gotten away with it. I like this from Lackey. Dude, Lackey's very, very good at gathering information. Yeah. That's something that we see consistently from this guy. CT side, he's always down to do it. It was in that Ancient game just the other day versus Ecstatic. Not only was he putting up these phenomenal numbers, but he was also like an information getter. Same in the Astralis one as well. I think that one even more so, really, because there wasn't as much of a focal point on him dropping 40 kills.
Yeah, that helps.
But, you know, he would always be pushing main, always be being a nuisance. This round, he's pushed lower tunnels, and he's given Entropiq the hint that this is the A play. He's gone, boys, there's no one outside of B. And so they've lent heavy into this side of the map. Sneaking up the ramp is Faven, but it's not as much of a secret as you might like to believe. There's Crad! Full whited by Searson. Still, not bad odds yet. Not worried yet. However, Searson is trying to make us a little more concerned. This scout back to being a nuisance. Elian doing so much in this round. And with only 10 seconds left and 7 HP from that scout earlier on, Searson's going to run for the hills and give this one to Entropiq.
Oh, dude, Elian, smallest man alive. He ducked 2 orb shots from Searson right there without even looking at him. And he got mollied, Harry. Searson turned that into a 3-on-2 in favor of Big. And then they molly Elian out of the corner. He has a scout, and he nails both shots with the help from Lackey as well. What a hold for Entropiq. Yeah, again, as you said, all comes off of that information that Lackey gets down lower, which allows the A stack. But even so, Big do a really good job of trading. Forrester drops a smoke in front of the long smokes, spams out one Faven trades. You know, Crad holds a sight onto Faven, and immediately he's traded. Like those are great entry kills for Big. And that should mean a round. Entropiq continue to deny info in middle. And look at the problems it's causing Big right now. 2 kills up top mid. I'm loving this top mid smoke for Entropiq. Big, not only does it silence the AWP that keeps boosting, but it allows Entropiq to play aggressive, to get this info, to go into lower, to do all the annoying things that they're doing. Warp does find an angle, but does not find the shot. Faven waiting. When he hears that scout fire, he's going to run out mid, but there's a fly in the ointment. There's Lackey in the corner. Elian shoots, Faven won't commit, and that nade will chunk him. This is getting awkward now for Big. This is their economy on the line, and they're getting played with, even though they don't know it. Elian, he's going to reload, and this might be it for Faven. This might be the attempt. Oh, he doesn't want to call it. He's smarter than that.
And so Elian just goes back to spamming.
He's saying one day they'll push.
They want to try and peek on the timing, and that's when you get baited into Lackey. Even then, Elian still comes back in swinging and deals with one. He never had to do that. But that's not going to stop him.
Insane.
Searson, you know, we've seen this one before. Just going to be left saving the AWP. If Entropiq let him, that is. Whoop.
Oh.
Forrester on the receiving end of the AWP, but look at this. Look at that mini-map, mate. Entropiq do not want to let you get away with it.
Yeah, there you chased Elian's AWP the other round. He's not had it for a while. He's had back-to-back scout rounds. They'd love a free AWP.
Oh, my God. He missed the timing there. Yeah, they're close, all right. They're coming, and they're coming fast. Woo! Elian going to find him with the scout.
How?
No idea how he's the man to lock that in. And Crad just got the AWP as well.
Oh, the fast fingers. He said Searson likes to hodl, but Crad, he's quick as well. Not had to see much out of Crad this game, but that's been you know, his biggest impact round, if anything, getting Elian his AWP. Not that I think the scout is holding Elian back. He seems to be tearing them apart with it. Very nice, very cool, and very fun for Elian. Now Glocks. Entropiq don't plan on losing to these. I said Crad's not really needed to do much this game. Well, this will be his round. Smokes the long molly. Big bleed the clock. If you wanted to get a micro nap in today, this is the round to do it. You got about 60 seconds.
Oh, God.
Impatience.
Oh, no. Well, you know, there's always one who doesn't want to commit to the...
That's me.
Yeah, every time.
It's a Glocky. Just get over with, you know.
Hey, man, this is almost a Bird from Sky-esque Glock round where you just huddle up together. You just wait and then all die to the AWP, actually. I remember this one. Forrester steals the possibility of the ace, but I don't think Elian really cares. It's 7 on the board for Entropiq.
More money, mate.
And now we have the reinvestment looming. But it's not going to be all in. They're not going to go for it. And yeah, I was wondering if they would just lean into another one of these partial investments. You couldn't get the AWP in play. Bigger a team that love to bring that AWP out, right?
Yeah,
this is part of the system.
This is still pretty shocking to me because this is going to be a really good half for Entropiq firstly. And, you know, Big, this is a series that I thought the veto would have put them in betterment era. I thought it would have made Big favored. And right now, it's far from over, but the start has not gone as cleanly as Big perhaps would have wanted. Had some clutch rounds out of the AWP player. 12-4 on Elian, and he is in the right place. They don't even have a molly for the car. They can flash him off. That's about all Big have got in this round. But, you know, with Mirage up next, again, a map that Big are very comfortable playing. That's the one thing I will say about this veto. You've got maps that everyone's comfortable playing. But if anything, that was our argument for why it was uncomfortable for Entropiq, because they could have got Big on shaky ground. They could have got Big on uncertain waters of either Ancient or Vertigo. They went with neither. Lackey. They're rerouting. They've done their long flashes. It's meant Entropiq have lent big on A. Will there be a flash? Because Lackey's about to see everything, and Tizian not like that. B is open, and Big need to take that space quick.
Oh, but Quick isn't in the repertoire right now. They're going to wait. They're going to line up all this util to try and complement the B play. This is only giving Nickelback more time, and he will deal with Tabson. Forrester, you might dink him, but he doesn't have to re-peek you here. Oh, that's a nice swing for Keto. All right, that's going to make things a little more exciting now. This is where my voice, my pace, it's all going to change because Entropiq is suddenly throwing into a bit of a retake. Only pistols for everyone but Keto. It's a meaty nade, and there's more where that came from. They've whittled down this one rifle player, and they are going to deal with him. It's the pistols of Searson and Tizian that need to try and find this one, get it over the line, and they can't connect. Are they ready for Searson? Yes, they are. Krad checks him right away.
I love that. Forrester just hides. He swapped off the AWP and he just sat there watching the door. He didn't do anything in that retake. He just waited in the corner, you know, knowing he could pop in last second. And honestly, I like that play as well. It means he gets to go in last. If his team fall and Big start considering a tunnels flank, he can just pop through the window. Even so, not needed. That had to be a one round by Entropiq, right? Big are very happy with how they've, you know, double ecoed and got a bomb plant and now got every reason to fight for these last 2 rounds. But Entropiq, you know, that was Big's way in, giving up that 3-on-3 postie. Whoa, Searson's consistently hit the AWP shot when he's gone for it. Sometimes holding and waiting for the repeat of Elian, but again, Entropiq throw this top mid smoke, so Searson, you only get 1 shot. Got to make it count. Crossing long is Krad. Favin knows this. He's often inclined to go to the same corner. Elian Flash just holds it. What a ballsy play. And they're moving close. He's double scoped. It doesn't matter. Hits the shot. Once again, Elian with the round. And Lackey's even got a kill as well from lower tunnels with the other AWP. This is brutal. Entropiq spicing it up at the end of the half. And Big getting knocked out of this round. All okay.
It's fine, yeah. Krad's just going to run away. And they say to Searson, like, yeah, bud, you can save again if you want. I mean,
look at B.
I can't promise we're going to let you, but you can give up, and then we'll come hunt you. And that sounds like fun, right?
You know, it's like the offer in a movie. You know, you surrender now and you get a painless death. So Searson, will he surrender? Will he give it up? Well, he's going to jump into the AWP, and he still hits the headshot, but is he ready for another man? Who threw that flash one to Searson? Probably Lackey, right? I'm fine. No, you're not. 9-5, and Entropiq's just another day in the office right now. This is Big's map pick, keep in mind, and they're getting beamed, Harry.
Yeah, it's certainly a little concerning, isn't it? Everywhere you go, you run into a different scope abuser in this round.
How dare they? Using the easy gun?
It's going to leave you with very little here if you're Big. Right, you've got this scout. Sure, that's all right, but there's AWPs in play on the other side. They've got so much money. There's guns in CT spawn, for crying out loud. Finally, the Big are going to get out long successfully, very early as well, right? And even though Krad's cognizant that they can be out long, it's good.
No, No,
nice.
use it, use it, use it. Crad swapped off. I hate it when
Oh.
players do that, man. They swap off halfway through the molly. What do you think? It's not going to spread? The molly never stops spreading. It always spreads. Crad's dead. Like it or not, he is going to get re-mollied by Keto.
Yeah.
I just hate that. Faven did it earlier, but it was a little more forgivable because it was at the end of the molly. Crad waits half the molly and then swaps off. Like, I don't know, man. Pretty sus if you ask me. He's dead now, by the way. Yeah, that's what you get. Could have smoked it earlier, could have had more health, could have had more chance, but man, I've just seen so many people do that. When will you learn? Keep the smoke out till the end. And oh, the end is nigh.
Oh, Keto actually blocked one of those smokes with the peak, but it won't matter if he deals with everyone on the site push. However, that's not materialized yet.
Oh.
Nickelback finally cleared out, and Lackey now alone in the 1-on-3. They know where he is, they've got his number, and Tabson will tap him out. Yeah, I actually like that from Big. You know, they get the info, they got to play a trapped car, they move up long when they've got that man advantage with a bit of newfound confidence, and they actually peaked ahead of the double smokes, right? Kind of a neat little idea because so often Entropiq have been used to you slowing down, they've been used to you waiting for those smokes to come in. Entropiq oftentimes, you know, not afraid to throw in little boosts over the top, not afraid to flash through. You saw there, Forrester just boosted a player up into the site and he got caught out of position as a result. Last thing he was expecting was a swing like that. Now, we're into the second half and Entropiq. Pissed around here would mean so much to this Entropiq squad. It essentially would tee them up for the victory here on Big's map pick. If you're a big fan though, you're hoping that this is where the comeback can begin and this CT side can set the world on fire.
Well, even if they get into B, Alien's so far away right now. Entropiq need this nailer onto Keto, and it's not going to be too easy. USP and his head's blocked by the box. Molotov pushed in and he takes one with him. No more as the molly burns him out, but that's fine. They go quiet, they go cold as Elian takes that long space. What a fake out for Entropiq. They forced everyone from Big out of the bomb site. Elian's still taking his sweet time. Oh, and Big not waiting around. Sisson shushes Forrester down lower and shimmies away to fight Crowd in the double doors, knowing you can't get through with all these big members here. They're massive. There's Elian up on long, showing his hand, trying to shoot Big in the back of the head, but they just won't bite. Pull back, hinge smoke. They're going to try and get up catwalk. Big are now stuck, having to retake when they don't have long control. It's a bit awkward, but headshotting Elian here would just be the way in, and Big will do exactly that. This has to be their round now. Every reason to win it. Crad crouches under the smoke with one, and while Nickelback will get the money, he might get Kook lead. There's a tag. There's another shot. Nickelback, they're coming. Oh, they're coming quick.
Oh, 1 for 1. It's a good try, but with Faven so ready, so committed to the fight Big, they are on to a winner there.
I almost wonder what that round would look like if you give Elian a P250 on that long play, right? Like, you know you're going to get super long-range battles. I think Entropiq are just caught off guard by the aggression from Searson chasing lower tunnel, but they shouldn't be caught off. That's all Entropiq did on their CT side. Get up in Big's face, get up in their grill. And now the buy comes in.
Yeah. Rate the force, Hugo. How do you find it?
Less than ideal. Only 1 AK, Harry.
All right. They're going to try and get Forrester out long. He's ahead of the smoke. Oh.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's the fashion in which that happens. He thinks he's going to get flash peeked, so he's just staring away from the long corner the whole time whilst being out long, alone with the only gun. You know,
Yep.
certainly a little rough, not how you wanted it to go. Let's put an AK in the hands of Faven now as well.
Oh, in the open.
Nickelback going to come in with a bit of revenge.
Just
Finish. Best served cold, and Searson, stone cold killer, mate, isn't he? Playing over in the elevator. Nickelback's gotten deep, and Elian deals with Searson before he's able to spot the site.
No.
Now the M4 has quelled Faven over on the long side. Keto works his way up close, and with Tizian flashing short to peel attention of these site players away, it lets Keto react.
Oh.
Elian, no scopes needed to find it all. And even though he gets the tag, it's not the killing blow that would have been needed to convert that one for Entropiq.
Oh, don't buy again, please, boys. That's a very scary round for Big. It's very close, but winning it should at least put a deco in the hands of Entropiq.
See, I would have just loved like to have, I think it was Forrester, you know, when he goes out long there and he's staring into the wall playing anti-flash. Oftentimes, if someone's playing anti that heavily, you have someone at least on the angle, so you don't just get dry swung and die and are left looking like a fool. And unfortunately, the one AK was just kind of left to its own devices to come in on this long flank. You know, you probably weren't expecting to get triple peeked by Big with no flash.
It's just a matter of you've got the AK in the best spawn and your best rifler, so you just go, yeah, run out long, good luck. You know, whatever happens, happens. And yeah, maybe not the cleanest way to do it. But Big are going to be more than happy to pick it up, along with the anti-ecos, converting their pistol round and leveling up the playing field nicely on DUST2. This is where Big can do their best work, where Searson can shine. He certainly did in this round, just farming eeks like it's nobody's business. Elian, quick AWP pick though down mid, and he's followed up. Krad took a shot from Searson, but Elian will get his vengeance, and it is sweet, it is swift, and it is Big getting blown out of this round. 5 alive, my goodness. With every hole that gets made in that defense, Big try and patch it, and that just digs deeper ones.
Yeah, we saw the attempt at, you know, lower aggression there for Faven. I'm somewhat surprised they weren't ready for the boost that they themselves employed every damn round, you know, like there's something to be said about it coming back to haunt them in the first rifle round that gets played, isn't there?
Oh.
That's a nice shot for Searson. All right, mate. Come on then. Been waiting for this AWP to find its footing. And
oh, lovely molly.
let's push them down in the middle. It's push Krad your way, Keo.
He looked so good in mid against Gambit. So many of these rounds. Searson's looking even better,
Another
though.
blind kill.
Yeah, who needs eyes? His shoot on the timing. Entropiq, well, they get fed to the wolves. Keto's playing passive Bs, letting Searson just get away with murder once again. No smoke yet. They're letting the AWP work, but Searson, he never stops the grind. Going back to long, but smoke should be down, and that will announce the play. Searson can just take shots through this if he wants to be a madman. Why not? Your team are aggressing back up on long. Entropiq still yet to throw this smoke in. It will finally go through. Now Big need to care that. They can even aggress long if they want. If they're convinced by this play at 50 seconds, it seems pretty committed. And tabseN's knife out. He's so sure that this is meant to be. Good shot from Krad. Can he get out though? No. tabseN's locked him. And now it's Tizian blinded on the B-bomb side. Maybe there's a hope in what this is. 2-on-4. Forrester shuts out Tizian, and there's no smoke for the door.
Mate, tabseN is such a ghoul in this round.
Yeah.
Like, now on the flank, and Forrester will uproot him. Elian missed shot, and Faven's made it through the door. It's onto Forrester.
No.
Out through the window. He's eluded capture. Searson reads it well. He realizes, well, it's been a little quiet for a little too long. Might have hit that timing, might have found a gap to get out through the window.
What a read.
He was dead on, mate.
What a read indeed. And even though tabseN, I love the flank there. It's a shame he just sprays the smoke. He thinks it's a default plant. That's his logic, but he had such good timing. He could have just 2K'd around it if he waited a second or so more. But yeah, 4-on-2, you're just trying to close the round, man. You're just trying to keep the pressure on, and that was a nice call from Big to read the mid to B as a commit in a 3-on-5. It really had to be. It wasn't like they had fake util. So tabseN just knife out flanking. Searson make sure Forrester can't get cheeky with it. And now Big level the playing field yet again. Entropiq, they've got to work for this win here on DUST2. And this is my worry in the series, with Mirage coming up next, also a strong map for Big, albeit the go-to for Entropiq. It does give Big a route to a 2-0. But Entropiq, there's a reason they're here in this consolidation final. And that reason is, man, the major was not a fluke. These guys have put up some amazing wins over the past 6 months. and have been building and building more. Look at other teams, look at other CIS rosters such as Spirit, who, you know, fell off, changed rosters instantly after. Entropiq have kept it going, and the results speak for themselves, but can they knock down big like they did at the Major? That was BO1, that was on Nuke, which is our finale of the series. But times are changing, and Gade is gone.
I'll attempt to work this cat control here for Entropiq. That's it's a nade. Part's undeniable. I thought it was going to be a little higher damage there, but just sails on past Lackey. Still brings him down to the one-shot kill range of these M4s. If you're fortunate enough to find the head, which now in big like we do, pretty common. Entropiq will elect to leave mid. They want to try and drop a player into cat, but this is a big classic, mate. You think that tabseN wasn't going to be ready for that? Of course he is.
That's his job.
And so now, right, this B defense, it's going to get tested. They don't know about Keto Zorp yet, this secondary AWP, but my oh my, are they learning about the primary? Now you discover the other one. And Elian, he says, I don't want to fight one AWP, let alone two. I'm going to run away. And so he'll hold on to his for this follow-up round.
Well, he'll try, Harry. He'll try. He'll do his best. It's an impression, but as much as Entropiq hunted kills
he should have
at the
a
end,
slightly better time.
Yes, there's only two here. But, you know, all it takes is one shot missed, Harry. Oh, but Elian, he don't miss. Not often, at least. CSN's coming in behind him, but CSN also needs the
you don't
AWP,
want to throw this away, so, yeah. You don't want to throw any more guns at this problem.
Still fine round for big. They are absolutely happy with the result. And that's why when you go mid to B, you sometimes see that double smoke exec, right? On the little box. The second one feels pointless, but it's good for two reasons. One, it stops a player jumping up over the mid to B smoke on the boxes. And it also stops exactly what CSN just did there, which is pick a player above the smoke as they get towards the top of mid to B. They move up to the doors of the window, and CSN picks them. So that's why you want that double smoke on middle. Elian now can't be hitting this shot on the cross anymore. Forrester back to long. But smoked out, and you never know how many big players are there in the early round, so he's going to give it up. Slower default here for Entropiq, where they want to survive the first 20 seconds. Or do they? Brad pops himself into B. Does some good damage to Tizian. It's going to force nades out of this B site, something Entropiq can consider for later if they want to go back. Crowd will hold the tunnel's control, and Elian will look for the mid pick. It's a standoff.
Yeah, who breaks first? Ooh, it's going to be CSN swinging out. Elian gets that opener. Attempt at the trade for Tizian is successful. At least an equalizer found, right? The Elian AWP still very much a threat up on the catwalk. And tabseN can't nullify it. Instead, this A-hold's going to fall to Fathom. But if he can even buy time, there's this cat flank coming in so quickly. Krad has missed the timings. And Tizian takes matters into his own hands, mate. All alone now. It's just Krad 1-on-3. And 30 seconds, you know, he's got time, but that's really about it. And even then, that's quickly running away from him. Finds the first man. Now onto the AK. 20 seconds, though. Has to be fast here. And with Keto on the angle, he'll swing out.
Dangerous.
It was a risky fight to take, but he knows that even delaying the speed at which they're able to get that bomb back could have been enough for Big to win the round anyway, let alone if he gets the kill. Huge round from Tizian. I love the reaction here. You know, he very, very quickly has it calmed across. I'm assuming from tabseN, the guy in CT who dies right away, that, yeah, there's a lot up cat. They're moving in for an A play. And he immediately just re-aggresses through middle. No fear on the push.
I mean, oh, dude, this is a dream for Big right now, right? Often we talk about this team and we sometimes say it lacks the firepower. I mean, that's part of the reason that Gade was removed from this roster and they try to bring in Fathom. But, man, when Big are having a day like this, that firepower, everything's hitting. It's the battle of the AWP. CSN's winning it out for the most part. Even though maybe not in the head-to-head, but he's certainly been picking the merry men of Entropiq out of these rounds. And this is no exception with the jiggle, with the wiggle. Lackey loses his arm. And, you know, Tizian, oh, dude, that's
Right.
4.
If
Tizian's
you-
had a quiet game as well, but even coming in with a round like that where he comes up on Cat and he shows off his very stylish aim with a double kill, I mean, you've got layers right now for Big. These individuals are saving the day, and there's something to be said for that, for Big, when they've had, you know, games and even tournaments where it feels like there's just not enough. It feels like it is a one-man show with often just Tabson at the top. It's not even him today. Got all the pieces for Big.
Yeah, coming into this, I gave you a list of players to keep an eye on, and Searson was one of the first names I threw your way, and the reason is, I look at like the big system and how they use this AWP, and the freedom that is given to Searson, and it's noticeable, you know.
Yeah.
So much of the game plan centers around this AWP, finding you picks, finding you openers, and so for that to happen, Searson needs to be given a lot of room to flex his individual ability. And so with him looking so good, that certainly bodes well for Big, both in this series, but in a potential future grand final matchup versus Gambit. I think he really is going to be a key to this whole thing. You know, Big, they don't often give away rounds where Searson finds man advantages. It's often a key component to victory.
He heard the smokes go out, so he
B
dropped the
rush.
Molotov.
He's
but
gone
hiding in the
through
smoke.
it, Tizzy, a new madman. They've run right by him. They think it's clear.
Oh.
The round's in the palm of his hands, and Tizian, just Crad left to find. He's going to run him down.
Yeah.
Knives are out, and yeah, baby, Tizian, the madman, hides in a smoke. He who runs with wolves, and there he is to stab the last man standing, sending a bit of a message to all mate Entropiq.
He had 4 kills 2 rounds ago, Harry. He comes in with the shutdown on short, and now he's coming in with a B defense and the knife kill to boot. That is getting in the head of Entropiq. Of course, no stranger to comebacks, but this T side has been lackluster. Double AWP now out. That was the way Entropiq locked down the first half, and it's exactly what Big are going to use to close their pick. I like this smoke on the long molly for Forrester. Searson doubles down on the cat re-aggro on the boost. And even with a flashbang, Searson's he's hit every timing shot. He just dodges the flash and gets out alive. Lackey, who was the hero of the CT side, has done nothing in the second half. No one has for Entropiq. Alien sometimes found a pick. Otherwise, there's not a lot to marvel at here for Entropiq past the 3-on-3s. And Big, now they've got to deal with a long take.
It's another round, though, where Searson's given all this room to get the opener. It all centered around that, all centered around this AWP, finding a 5-on-4 and then just doing good on converting it.
Dear.
Keto, this time it could get weird. Yeah, Elian swings out, but that's where Tabson takes matters into his own hands, and it's only Crad now in a big world. Little fish trying to swim on through, Tabson dead, and Crad looking for a way back in.
Yeah, and he's waiting for a flank, but Tizian, he's on the big flank. He's going all the way back to long. Crad drops spawn. He's cleared out a couple of positions, but where has Faven got to, he wonders. And even if he tries to find him, he gets him with a spot. Oh, he hit him mid-air, 20 health. And you got to know that Tizian can't be far away from holding this crossfire. Crad catches Faven jumping from the Molotov, and now he needs to hit the shot of his dreams. AWP taken. Oh, and it's a miss. Crad, he's not got much time. He's got him boxed in, but he can't hit the kill. 15 seconds, and Tizian hides behind the corpses. Big build back and find a 15th round. They've only dropped 1 in this CT side. Even though Keto gets caught, it was a game plan. It was Tabson re-aggressing with him. Searson also hit his shot. And it's a really nice try from Crowd in the clutch. But we've had nothing for Entropiq. Nothing at all. 28 kills for Searson, looking to lock in 30 on the 16th round of play, and nothing pointing towards this game going any other way. Oh, they're on mid. This is crazy. Uh-oh. Run!
Oh,
Searson
God.
takes a shot for him. Oh, Keto could have fired. Stressful round here for Big. Don't get ahead of yourself.
This is a nice bit of re-aggro for Tizian.
Yeah.
Oh, just hitting that fine little timing to remove one from the ranks, get the equalizer, and live to tell the tale. That smoke going to delay any chance at a B play for Entropiq, and it's going to send them elsewhere. Now, the bomb still here on the back of Nickelback, but He's now going to start to make his way out as well, dropping that lurk smoke over towards B tunnels. Orb now retrieved for Elian, and with Searson, the big hitter, removed from the server, we're looking at this A-site hold of Keto and Favon, and it's got to come up huge. They're going to run boost. Okay. Keto, do you hit this?
Oh.
No, not quick switching. Wow. Lucky runs him down, and Favon, even though he's dealt with Elian at long, it's not a dumb round yet. Not by a long margin.
Oh, good plant as well. They've got the smoke for Cat. This is going to lock Big out for a good bit of time here, and they don't have flashes to fly through. Tizian's just got to wait for his team to get set up on long side.
Double nades on the long players, but they don't want to throw them in. That's the problem. I mean, Favon can't unless he's got one hell of a throwing arm. You would love to have these over at short right now. Instead, it's just a mow down for the remaining three. And I mean, you know, that is the nature of this big game plan. So often, Searson will be good for that opening kill, for that opening fight, but in rounds where he isn't, you can see it get out of hand. And I think, you know, that's one of the biggest problems I see in a big Gambit matchup. I think that the style that Shiro elects to play, he feels like he tapers off the aggression that we've been getting out of him this tournament a little bit more whenever he's AWPing against Searson. I think he knows that so much of the big game plan really does center around trying to get this AWP stuck in for these early fights. And Shiro is more than aware that if you're patient versus this team, the kills will come to you.
Do Entropiq have that same knowledge? Or are they antsy to get involved off the back of one round?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're already getting kind of a more, you know, I'm hesitant to use the word passive because he's still very active across the map, but Elian's no longer the one, like, trying to open up rounds. Instead, he's kind of reacting to the moves that Searson makes and the info that they get around it. This head-to-head of AWPers has been great, though. Like, the fact that they're both showing up in this game makes it so much more interesting.
Saved by the bell. This could be it for Big. The 5-on-4 taken. Even though they lose long, they're still heavy on Catwalk, and that was where Entropiq played the post-plant last time around. Searson can turn around as his team take full Cat. But there is a lurker. He's spotted. Crad dealt with by Tizian. Now the long cross, and they don't have the smokes down yet. They are available. Entropiq need to make use of this utility if they want to long out this round and maybe even this map, otherwise it might be done. Searson pushed off by the spam, but Entropiq have yet to plant, and they need to cover it if they want to get a long plant in. It's not going to be easy. Nickelback might have to go safe, and that's going to limit you in the post plant, especially as Elian goes back.
Yeah, safe plant here means you need results, and Nickelback is in the position to give them. Oh, it's so much damage on all these short players. They will look to convert on the back of it. Searson has to just up and leave this one. Entropiq, they managed to turn that around. That was a 3-on-5 in which they get out with 2 surviving. And yeah, you know, Nickelback, don't get me wrong, he had a chance to do a hell of a lot there. Instead, Forrester's the one to kind of soak up all the glory, but, you know, you ain't complaining at that point if you're Entropiq.
Rounds around, mate. Take him when they give you the chance, Entropiq. Oh,
it's a good saying, that one.
Yeah, you're funny, man. You're real funny today, Harry. 3 rounds out now. Big's money broken and relying just on the orb. Hey, a little birdie once told me that Searson is used for those opening kills. Well, now he'll need to do more than that. Now he'll need to close the round as well. Or double save. Even if he dies in the fight, he'll be able to buy up another one in the next gun round. But this is Entropiq's chance. And as we've said, no strangers to a comeback. They've done the impossible before. But can they do it when the stakes are this high? Big just trying to hold on, trying to shut out this game before it gets problematic. Take us to Mirage. And no investment whatsoever around this orb. So yeah, we've already seen Searson attempt a varied amount of picks on this CT side. He's been cat boosted. He's gone for long blind shots. He's fought Elian in middle. That one's been less successful. He's going to try it again on the jump. But only showing the open mid to go elsewhere. Back to long for him. Forrester's out already quick, and he needed a double there. You don't want to be going 1 for 1 in this round, especially if Entropiq don't have that long control. Nickelback should cycle the gun, and he does. still can find it if Big take this position late. Why wait? Searson's got a flash, and it goes in as does the molly. So Faven, a wasted flash. He's still going to try and get involved. Nickelback now given a chance to get the gun out. I think he did, or maybe not. Faven fires off, and he can't find the AK. It is
it's
removed.
gone.
That's very nice from Nickelback.
He ran back in after hiding it and was like, "No, I really don't want to let them have this."
They want this. That's a really good escape.
All right. Oh, going towards Catwalk, though. This could get weird. Yeah, you know, you're envisioning that the A play is going to be nice. You're going to have all these ranged fights versus pistols, but, oh, wait, there's not just pistols here.
What?
It's a tag to Elian, but it goes both ways. And Searson dropping down, looking like he is just going to bow out of this round. And
that's fine.
Elect to save. Going to be largely based on how well his teammates can do. But, yeah, he's just hidden in B now, trying to bring that AWP with him.
Yeah, like I said, even though you can buy one next round, you know, you're just playing. You always play in case things go wrong, right? That's what you're planning for. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Gonna try and boost up for this gun on long, but I think that's optimistic at best. Faven over the top. Where is it? Where is it?
I love that they're bothering to go and look in like all these wild places.
I mean, it is there. It's got to be over that wall, right? So, run boost out long. Ready? Wait. Ooh. Yep. Two pretty gnarly, but fun trick. Not going to make a damn difference to Entropiq, finding 13. So here we go, the double AWP save. I like that from Searson. It was very decisive. Even though he's having a great game, he didn't overcommit. He didn't get that pick on Catwalk, and in a 4-on-4, surrounded by USPs, just give it up. Back to the bomb site with you. Double AWP, Keto's attempted lower aggression in previous rounds, but Entropiq are very prepared for that. Even though they've not seen it yet, they're often flashing that position. Double AWP on the T side, but only because money is good and the going is great for Entropiq in this little late game comeback. That's a pick for Elian. Faven caught throwing the smoke, barely even visible on the corner. And Big can feel this one slipping through their fingers. Someone needs to tighten their grasp, and it might have to be Searson.
Yeah, I mean, it's Searson or Keto. That's really been the story of this double AWP setup, right? You just need one of them to find anything here. That's
easy, right?
That's all you're hoping, and Keto will deliver. All right, that's a little more faith all of a sudden. They learn about the AWP at B. You see Keto there with it. As you go back towards A, you're pretty safe in the assumption that that's where Searson's going to be with his one, but they want to try and challenge it. Smokes out in middle. That at least pulls Tabson over. And Searson just leaves the long angle. Hands it off to Tizian. He's holding for this now. Doesn't want to go down here. He knows the importance he could play in this round. Flashes won't blind him. He waits with the Molotov, but they're already up and past it on Lackey. Big setup for a retake round here, and a double AWP in the retake. A lot of this is going to come down to whether or not Searson can find anything back here down in pit.
They're going to creep up. Tizian just trying to dodge any swing off of a flash, but that's the last bit of util going out. Molotov, Big are giving this a go. Big are throwing themselves fully in. This is their money on the line. This is the game to play for. And right now, time is ticking, and kills are not being presented. Entropiq are waiting to deal with these crossing players. There's the dink. Nickelback pushback, and he's still got a re-peek for a frag. He gets one. Lackey gone from the site. Elian hits an AWP shot, and Nickelback overwhelmed. They know Elian's here, but he's got the plant for him, and he still swings out before they tap. I think he's just given it up. I think Big have just done it. 16 rounds. And that's such a shambles in the post plant. So committed with a cap plant as well. Unfortunate scenes for Entropiq, but Big elated now as this series has